Hey everyone, this is Mike from Mike's Do Yourself. Today I want to show you how to put in a bathroom faucet, and this is going to be for replacement, so it'll be replacing a bathroom faucet. So the first thing you want to do is turn off your water, whether it's outside and then you let the water drain out, or from underneath the sink. You should have a hot and a cold. And a lot of these will turn. Now this one says pull to close, so we'll go ahead and pull each one of these. Okay, so those are pulled. And then after that, you want to go to your hot and your cold water. And we open those all the way, so we know that the water is off. And what came with this kit, this is a Delta faucet, and the reason for replacement here is just to move out where the water goes to. So in this case it's so close to the granite, and the new faucet's going to move out a little bit farther, so that way the water's not going to build up on the granite or to go past the granite. So what we'll do is we'll take the old faucet out first, and if you have a matching drain, you really won't need to push the drain in, but that's what this is if you need to replace your old one. And so you can see there's a rubber stopper there. This top comes off, and I'll show you a little bit on how to replace that if you need to replace this. So first things first is to turn the water off, and so we did that. And then you'll need a bucket, because we'll take the lines off of the faucet itself, and then those should have some water inside of them, so we'll need those to drip down. So we'll get a bucket and continue. Okay, once you get a bucket, you're able to pull the lines off of your old faucet. So that will be here. And be careful, because you may have water coming down at you. The other side. And with your water off, this is just residual, so it's not going to be a ton of water. And then you'll want to disconnect your stopper, and you can see how it's connected here. So we'll go ahead and just push this out, this clip out, if you can. I may have to unscrew this. Okay, and once that's out, move that clip off all the way. And then we will unscrew the faucet. So it's going to be these two right here. And they do make tools that are made to unscrew these. So we'll see if we can find that tool. Now, if you're not able to get these off by hand, what I'm going to use is a flathead screwdriver and a hammer. And you just push them counterclockwise. And these should come off. Now what I'm doing now is unscrewing this bolt right here, and it just slides off of the drain stopper, the pull handle up top. and then you can just push it through and then pull it from the top, and that way you'll have more room to access these two. I was able to use the end of some channel locks, and what I did, I just positioned them like this and then just unscrewed it the best I could, because there's not a lot of room in here, so you're able to just get it started enough, and then you can unscrew it by hand the rest of the way. So once those are out, you can pull your old faucet out. And then once your old faucet is out, you'll want to clean up any residual or any kind of water spots or whatever you might have there. And what I've usually done in the past is take a razor blade and just lightly scrape off the calcium. You don't want to damage the surface, so whatever you feel is appropriate to clean it up, you know, I would definitely do that, but I wouldn't scrape it with anything that's going to leave, you know, like permanent damage to it. So I would just lightly get the calcium buildup or whatever kind of deposits you have around it and get those off before you put the new one on. So for the new one, you can unscrew the bottom here. Unscrew these nuts. Plastic washer nuts, whatever you want to call them. Just unscrew those. And if you have a base, make sure you put your base, this base plate on, and that's going to be your water seal. So then you just position it the way you want it. And then you can put these caps on underneath. And then your drain handle, go ahead and put that to the back of your faucet. It just goes into that hole. And you'll have to look in your instructions whether it goes this way or if it's supposed to go this way. Most likely it's going to go this way because you can see how the edge is curved or edged. You can see how that edge goes at an angle like that. So now you can determine, you're probably going to center it when you get underneath, but if you want to go a little forward or a little back to cover up the hole, you know, you may have to do that. And it is a good idea a lot of times to have somebody up top just holding it in position. That way you don't end up having it look like this or like this, or having the hole exposed. So if you have an extra person, now would be a good time to just have them hold the top of the faucet in position. So there's the stopper handle, and it looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and just move it a little bit to center it in the holes, and then we'll put these on. And as long as they're not cross-threaded, they should go on pretty easily. remember, these are going to be on really tight just so they don't move, or so your faucet doesn't move. You want to get these tight, but not super tight, so that if you only are one person that's doing this, you can go up top and look at it and shift it around before it gets too tight. So that looks fairly good. You can go ahead and tighten it up more. And then if you have a tool, you can use your tool to tighten it. So what I did, I used this tool again and just tightened them. And then we can put the stopper back together. So the way this went, it went in here. And then this slid. And then you just tighten that screw up. As soon as this goes on, you should be able to just pinch this. And it moves back and forth. And then when you get this all the way down, you pull it all the way down, you can go ahead and tighten it, and then tighten it up here. And that way when you pull it up, this whole thing will go up like that. So you want it all the way down, pull this down, this is down, and then tighten there. And then you can hook your water back up. Now if you need to change these lines out, now's a good time to do it. And it's pretty important not to cross thread these, so just go slow with them. And these are just hand tightened. Okay, and this one's the same. Just line it up and hand tighten. just make sure they're hand tightened, because if they're over tightened they will leak, and if they're under tightened they'll leak. So you'll just want to hand tighten those. Now the next part of this will be to, if you want to change your drain and your drain stopper out, it would be this right here you would loosen, and then you would take this out that we just put in, and then this top sleeve here, or this top washer or plastic nut, whatever you want to call it, this would be rotated counterclockwise, so it would be going this way, and then you would just loosen it all the way up. That way the drain pipe can come out. So once this is loosened, and once this is loosened, then you should be able to lift this drain pipe out and with this off or out. So for replacing the drain pipe, you're going to have the exact same thing that's in there now. It's going to look like that. And you're going to loosen this all the way, take this off, and then this washer will be underneath, and you'll have it facing this way. And this is for your stopper, for your handle, because the plug will go into there for your stopper, or the ball will go in there for your stopper, because this will fit down into here. So the way you'll put this in is from the bottom, and this will go up into here, and you'll have to read whether, like this metal one, you have plumber's putty that's needed. So this one is just a rubber washer or a rubber O-ring here. So this is what's going to keep it from leaking. So when you tighten this down, and you'll want to put plumber's putty under here. So with this sticking up, you'll put the plumber's putty underneath here, then you'll tighten this down the best you can. And you may need to rotate it from underneath just to get it all the way tight, if you're able to do so. And then with this pointing that way, that'll be for the ball, for your drain handle. And then the ball will go in, and then at the end of this will tighten down. So you'll slip it over the end, and then this tightens down, just hand tight. But before you do that, you'll want to have that come out a little bit, have that ball come out a little bit, and then you want to put your stopper in to where it fits into that end, and then you'll tighten that ball down into there, and then you can move it up or down and make sure that your stopper is moving up and down. So this is what I'm talking about here. This goes into it, and then you can have your stopper go up or down. This piece comes off. This goes on like this. And just tighten that up all the way, and that'll go up or down. And this piece will actually go like this, whichever hole, like I said, either it's all the way up or all the way down. And all that plumber's putty will squeeze out too, once you squeeze it out between the sink and this gasket here and this edge. So you'll have to clean that up, but this should be far enough down where you shouldn't get any plumber's putty on it. It should just squeeze out from underneath here, and then it will this will tighten down, and then you'll have an O-ring up there also, so that will all tighten down into there, and that way you won't have any leaks. So once you get your stopper all situated and your faucet all the way in, you're able to turn your water back on. So you want to just turn these off for now. And then it is a good idea just to try to move your faucet a little bit here and there. Make sure you've got it tight and exactly how you want it. And then you can double check your connections. Make sure they're all tight. If you've loosened up any of these, just make sure they're all tight. Make sure this is tight for your drain or for your stopper. And then make sure your water connections are tight up there, just hand tight. And then you'll do one, just pull one at a time, or turn one at a time, and check for leaks. Actually, for pulling, it's closing, so you'll want to push. So that should turn your water on. Okay. Just give it a few minutes. Just check for leaks. And you want to come back to it too, because it may be a drain piece that's dripping or some other thing that might be dripping. So I would recommend every hour or two, for a couple hours, just coming in here and making sure you don't have any leaks. And you may want to come back after 24 hours too and just make sure there's no leaks, because there may be one item that might be loose that you don't notice right away. You can turn your water on while it's running. Check for leaks again. Just check every part of your drain. Make sure nothing's leaking. And make sure your stopper works. Well, this has been Mike from Mike's Do It Yourself. Good luck on your next home or automotive project, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment.